Okay, let's talk about something that sounds like a total fantasy. Retiring at age 20. I mean, not 65, not even 50, but right when you're starting out. It sounds impossible, right? Well, today we're going to break down the one very specific financial strategy that could actually make this a reality. Let's jump in. So let's just cut right to the chase. Is this for real? Can you actually set up a lifetime of income before you're even old enough to rent a car? It's the ultimate dream, but is it just a dream, or can you actually do it? All right, here's our game plan. We're going to look at the dream itself, then the 6 massive hurdles that get in the way. We'll uncover the only annuity that actually works for this, what that kind of freedom costs, and how it fits into a bigger 2-stage plan. And finally, we'll talk about getting the right help. Okay, first up, the dream. We're going to answer that big question right off the bat. So, believe it or not, the answer is yes. It is possible. But, and this is a really big but, it only works if you play by a very specific set of rules. This isn't about finding some weird loophole. It's about using one specific financial tool, the one way it was designed to be used, to legally make it happen. So, if it's possible, why isn't everyone doing it? Well, that brings us to the 6 huge hurdles that make just about every normal retirement plan a complete non-starter for someone who's only 20. Think about these for a second. First, you need an income that's going to last for potentially 80 years. That's a huge timeline. Then you've got inflation silently eating away at your money for all those decades. Social Security? Forget about it for another 45 years or so. And then here are the real kickers. Most of the annuities people talk about are legally not allowed to start paying you this early, and the IRS is waiting to slap you with a massive 10% penalty if you touch your retirement money before you're 59 and a half. These are the walls you run into. But like we said, there is a way through this maze. And that brings us to the hero of our story today, the one and only annuity that's built to unlock that lifetime income, even at age 20, completely penalty-free. So here's the key difference. On the left, you've got your typical retirement annuities, the ones with a guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit. For a 20-year-old, these are a no-go. They're designed for later in life, and they'll trigger that big IRS penalty. But on the right, we have our solution, the Single Premium Immediate Annuity, or SPIA. It works because 1, it's designed to start paying you right away, and 2, you fund it with after-tax money, which lets you sidestep those early withdrawal penalties altogether. It's the golden ticket. So what exactly is this SPIA? Honestly, it's about as simple as it gets. You give an insurance company one lump sum of cash, that's the single premium, and they, in turn, give you a contract that guarantees you a paycheck for the rest of your life, starting, well, immediately. It's a straightforward trade. Okay, so it sounds almost too easy, right? And you know what they say, there's always a catch. To make this strategy absolutely perfect, the SPIA needs a partner. And that brings up a really important question. Why does this plan have to include life insurance? And here's where it all comes together. See, to get the absolute biggest paycheck from the SPIA, you choose what's called a life-only option. The catch? The moment you pass away, the paychecks stop. That's it. Any money left over stays with the insurance company. There's nothing left for your family. But by pairing it with a life insurance policy, you completely solve that problem. The life insurance death benefit basically replaces the money you used to buy the annuity in the first place, making sure your loved ones get that capital back. It's how you create a legacy. Okay, so we have the strategy, a life-only SPI plus life insurance. Now for the question that's on everyone's mind. What's the price tag on this kind of freedom? What does it actually cost? Let's work with a real number. Let's say you want a nice, comfortable $50,000 a year to live on, a pretty reasonable goal. So to lock in 50 grand a year, guaranteed for the rest of your life, starting right now, how much cash do you think you'd need to put down? You're looking at just under $1 million, around $950,000 to be specific. And this is really where the dream meets reality. Retiring at 20 is absolutely possible, but it is not cheap. And you can see a clear pattern on this chart. As a quick rule of thumb, you need about 18 to 19 times your desired annual income. Now, why so much? Well, because the insurance company has to be prepared to pay you for a very, very long time, maybe 60, 70, even 80 years. That incredible time horizon is baked right into the price. Now, this is really important to understand. This SPIA strategy isn't your entire life's financial plan. It's just stage 1. It's the tool you use to solve the problem of your early years. So let's look at how this fits into a smarter plan for your whole life. So here's the long-term view. Stage 1, from age 20 all the way to 59 and a half, is handled by our SPIA and life insurance team. That gets you the early penalty-free income. But once you pass that magic age of 59 and a half, the IRS penalties vanish and a whole world of more powerful retirement tools opens up. That's stage 2. You could then use other assets to buy a different kind of annuity, one that could give you an even higher income that grows over time to help fight off inflation. So, we've talked about the dream, the roadblocks, the one solution that works, and the long-term plan. Let's wrap this all up by talking about your key takeaways and what your next steps should be. Let's do a quick recap. 1, yes, retiring at 20 is possible, but it requires a lot of money. 2, the only way to make it work with an annuity is using that specific combination, a non-qualified, life-only SPIA paired with life insurance. 3, remember, this is just stage 1 of your financial life. And 4, and this is huge, this plan doesn't solve for things like inflation or health insurance. You have to handle those separately. Look, navigating all of this, comparing the products, structuring the right policies, it can get complicated fast. And at the Annuity Expert, that's exactly what we're here for. We help people figure out their retirement planning, their annuity options, and their life insurance needs. And our services are always completely free. So if you want to explore what a plan like this might actually look like for you, feel free to give us a call at 770-755-1565, or you can find us online at annuityexpertadvice.com. So we'll leave you with this final thought. Now that you know the one specific, legal way this could actually work, it kind of makes you think, doesn't it? Forget what everyone else says is normal. What does your ideal retirement timeline really look like? Thanks for watching.